What was that feeling like?
Yeah, our coaches always tell us not to watch the scoreboard, but it's a pretty nice and big scoreboard, so you end up catching yourself looking up at it. And yeah, there was a moment where I was like, it's going to come down to me. So definitely, I had a few moments in the second set where I was pretty tight. I was up 40-love on his serve at Flink 4-all, and I ended up losing that game. I hit some pretty nerve-wracking shots. That didn't turn out too well for me, but I knew I just had to keep my composure, and I was getting a lot of chances, so I knew that I would eventually convert on one. But yeah, I was pretty nervous and pretty tight, but I knew that I was, the way I was playing, the way I've been playing, that I can win this match, and it ended up that way. So.
What was it like? You kind of mentioned kind of having to power through, kind of being tight. Right before the last serve, I mean, it got as quiet as I've ever heard a sporting venue in there, quite honestly. And, I mean, you could just feel kind of the enormity of the moment, right, as you kind of threw that ball up for the service. I mean, could you feel that, or was it, did you know at that point?
I bounced in a few times before I served, and I was like, man, this is a big serve. But my service game is my best part of my game, and I knew that I just needed to put in a good first serve and clean up anything after that, and that's kind of what happened. I missed 3 first serves at the beginning of the game, and I was a little bit nervous, and I was kind of just, relax and play tennis and just let the nature of the game take over. And, I was able to come up with some good serves and a few good shots there at the end to close it out.
You had the serve, and then you hit the easy forehand to put it away. That moment when you had won the match, what was it like?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, it was definitely a relief, but, I knew what was riding on the match, and all the work that the past guys in the team, the alumni, and even the Northwestern assistant Chris Klingeman. I think he was around when the streak started, or was helped to push the streak along. So I think somewhere he's got a little smile on his face too, even though he probably won't admit it. But it's great. It's a great feeling, and it's great to be able to hold the record down. But like Kevin said, we move on, and we have a huge match on Sunday against our rival in the Big Ten, and they're ready to play. They're ready to come and put up a huge fight. So.
Yeah, ask Coach that. I mean, how do you kind of balance? I mean, obviously this is exciting. You've made NCAA history here, but you've got a lot of big goals out there, including, like you said, a big match coming up in 2 days. How do you balance? Okay, we're excited for this versus
our goal at the beginning of the year was to win a Big Ten title, and that's still our goal every year. We've had such dominance in the Big Ten the past couple of years, and I don't think that's any different. Our goal is still to win the Big Ten and to make a run in the NCAA tournament, and I think this was just one of our goals along with that. But our major goals like I said, are to win the Big Ten title, regular season title, and to win the Big Ten tournament. So,
I know you're good friends with guys like Jeff Harmon and Evan Spencer, and just what's the better streak, 185 home or 24 football games in a row?
I think that they'd give me this one instead of 185 at home, but theirs was pretty impressive too. I think they'd be pretty proud of me, but their record was pretty good too. But I think ours is a little cooler.
So that for the last point, when you bounce the ball more times than you normally do?
No, just looking down, you kind of think about it a little bit, but I was just more worried about my first serve. But I knew if I made a good first serve, then I had a good chance to win the point. But it was pretty quiet, like you said. It's hard not to think about everything else. But
you had lost him the previous 2 times you played him? And
yeah,
you beaten him, right?
I owed him one. 0-2 against him. I lost to him 2 years ago here at home, 10-7 in the third set tiebreaker, 10-8, and then I lost to him 6-4 in the third last year at Northwestern. So I was ready to play. I knew that it was going to be a tough match. He's a tough matchup for me. He makes a lot of balls, and I knew that I had to play well to beat him, and I did. So happy with the way I played, and happy with our team. So it's good.
Congratulations, Peter.
Feeling